Let's go. Ready? Welcome back, everybody. Jay, you cold?
Freezing. Can you hear that? Can you hear the SkyTrain, cameraman? Yes?
Okay, we'll wait.
No, leave it.
I'm not going to leave the SkyTrain in.
He can still hear us.
Anyway, nonetheless, welcome back. And today, Jay, we're going to talk about multiple offers.
The 5 things you need to assist you in winning in the multiple offer environment that we are in yet again.
You're just on an absolute roll today, aren't we? Yeah, so there's 5 points that we're going to go through, guys. As the market is getting extremely hot right now, it's probable that most of you are going to be finding yourself in multiple offers.
In now, I'd say almost every segment of the market.
Yeah,
Side note.
Condos are definitely picking up towards that, and some are, not all. But if you're pretty much buying anything in the Fraser Valley, if you're buying a detached house or certain condos, yeah, you're got to deal with it. You're going to be in it. So let's run with this first. So point 1, uno. Be prepared to act fast. So you'll see quite commonly a property will be listed on, say, a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they'll say they're taking offers on the Monday at 6 p.m. Especially with COVID right now, they'll typically give you maybe a few hours on 2 or 3 days to come and view the property. You need to go. You need to be prepared to see that property come available on Wednesday. Book that appointment for 12 p.m. on a Friday or 12 p.m. on a Saturday. Get in and be prepared to write an offer on the Monday when they're looking at offers.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a 15-minute time slot in most cases. It's not like 2-hour open, everyone pile through. Obviously with COVID still here, 15 minutes. And the agents aren't gonna be at the house for 15 hours in the day. So when their time slots close, they are closed. So you may very well not get a chance to get in and view the property you wanna buy. So make sure you're working with an agent that understands this, of course.
Yeah, you always say that type of thing. Everyone knows to work with an agent who understands everything.
Okay, next.
And there will likely be a lot of people coming through, so it's unlikely the agent, in most cases, is going to take an extra amount of time out of their schedule in order to get you in because they've already got tons of people lining up to get in and write offers anyway. Point 2.
The pre's.
The pre's. Inspection.
When going in, yes, we are going to talk about going subject free, which is a topic of all these conversations, but to get to that point comfortably is the important thing. So this is the pre. So pre-inspection, book a time to get in and do a pre-inspection.
Before offers, so that's typically if they're looking at offers on Monday at 6, you can get somebody in on possibly Monday morning, have the inspection done before the offer comes around.
I'm sure they understand that pre means pre-offer. There's no other benchmark of time here. Pre, if it's strata documents, most of the agents are going to have the documents ahead of time. If they're proactive agents, which in this market they will be, so
hopefully.
get the documents ahead of time. And of course your pre-approval. So not just your pre-approval, go as far as you possibly can. If you're gonna write, show your broker, this is what we're writing on. These are the strata docs from whatever you need, take them and go as far as you possibly can with them before actually getting that accepted offer.
Yeah, and pre-approval is an absolute must for multiple offers, and really it's an absolute must even if you're not in multiple offers anyway.
And another little point on that, very important in my opinion, if you're going subject free without that financial subject, always put in, your agent will of course do this, but make sure you always have in, the buyer and seller hereby agree, the seller will allow access for an appraisal if and when needed. I've seen it denied before, which is ridiculous, but always make sure that you can get in after the fact with an appraisal if you're going subject free. Next.
Okay. Point 3, subject free. So this is not going to be doable for everyone, but in this market you're probably going to find that you're going to be forced to at some point with some of the heat that's coming through. If you've got your pre-inspection, if you've got your pre-documents looked over, if you've got your pre-approval in place, you're going to feel a lot easier about going subject free because you've already essentially done those points before an offer. You're going to be competing with a lot of people who are still going subject free and haven't done those things, so you can do the best to keep your peace of mind. A subject free offer as well, if it's in multiple, should always be presented with a bank draft, because as soon as they sign off, it's done, it's there. That's an even bigger attraction to them. You would be getting that bank draft anyway if you're accepted, and if you don't get accepted, you can just deposit it back into the account.
That should have been a point in itself. Good point. Having the bank draft is...
I've just said it. You don't need to carry on about it. I've just said it.
Extremely important.
We'll move on to point 4, which is pricing. Work out your pricing, but don't rely solely on the comparables that sold, let's say, like a month ago.
May I take my point now? Thank
If
you.
you're going to say something relevant.
Yes, market value is what anyone is willing to pay for it. So you can look at the comps, but realistically you're competing with not just the comparable market, but how many people that you're up against in this multiple. So your agent is going to find out how many other offers there are. Are there 2 or are there 15? And with that, we want to base our price off, we're going to lose relevance of market value very quickly when there's a handful plus of offers, and even very well with 2 or 3 offers. So we really need to make a decision on price, not just based on market value, but what it's worth to you. And Ben is going to highlight 0.5, which is an exaggeration of this point. Very important.
Is it? Be prepared.
The most important.
Be prepared to lose?
Never mind, we changed the numbers. So what this is picking a number that you are, your actual ceiling, and that if it sells, if your number is 800,000 and it sells at 805, are you happy to have lost at 805? No, well, I would have put in another 5,000. Okay, is 805 your top number? Would you be happy if it sold at 810? Yes, I'd be happy if I went in at 805 and it sold at 810. Okay, perfect. That's your top number. Not based on market, based on now, unfortunately, simply what is your ceiling price for this property.
Yeah. So then 0.5 is be prepared to lose. As with multiple offers, there are more losers than winners. It is just a process. It's very easy to get emotional and attached to it. That's all it is. It's just offers and the best one is picked. Just because you lose 1, 2, possibly 3 does not mean that you're doomed to failure. Yeah, trying to be optimistic. Remember that. Remember, it's just the process and going in and going in and going in, and you will win eventually. So don't let that dishearten you. I think there's a lot of people who get disheartened from it, put their search on hold, pull back and retreat. Then they realize that there was a reason why they went to buy, and then they go back to the market and it's more expensive. Yeah, and to this point, you don't know why you're going to lose. A lot of the time it's price. We were in the multiple last night, and the seller at the end of the day, he got 4 offers. He decided not to sell. We didn't achieve the seller's price point, desired price point, so it's falling apart. That's not something to get emotional about. You need to look at it as a product on a shelf, and we're going to move on from here and continue the search and achieve our goals, which is purchasing real estate. So those are the 5 key things you need to know to win multiple offers in this current environment. See you next week.
Bye-bye.